We are deep diving into the last module in the Rewrite Your Story course, and I hope that you have learned a little bit more about how the course is set up and all about the free mini course and how you get the introduction videos and teachings to every single module. And this is where we start to put it all together. So, module 5 is all about your life experience. So, what that means is I found it really interesting when I looked up the definition of life. It said the existence of an individual human being. And then when I looked up the definition of an experience, it's events or occurrences. So if you put it together, your life experience are the events that create the existence of an individual human being. Now, you notice that the definition doesn't say a group of human beings. And I think this is so crucial to understand because we live in a world of just constant information about what everyone else is doing, how everyone else is living. It's just kind of in our face all the time. And so we make that mean something about us. Are we living up to how other people are living? And we kind of create these thoughts around how we're not good enough or we're unworthy of what other people have, or we start, comparing. And so I think it's so beautiful to just really understand that you were uniquely created for your own unique life experience, and how amazing that it's going to be completely different than what any other human is ever going to experience. And there might be similarities, across the roads of, circumstances kind of seeming the same, but they're not. The way that you experience your life is uniquely yours, and no one can or will live your life the way that you do. And so it's almost freeing in a sense. Like when I really brought my mind around this thought, I was able to just see my life for the beautiful creation that it is, and that I actually have power over this stuff. Like, I don't have to waste my time worrying about, how other people are living or how they do this or how they do that, or, you know, I don't have to compare myself because it doesn't actually matter. You could follow another person's life to a T and you're still not going to experience it in the same way. And so there's this beautiful freedom about it. So, in this last module, your life experience, I talk all about being able to understand that your circumstances into your thoughts, where you give meaning to your circumstances, and then your thoughts that generate emotions, and then your emotions that drive your action or inactions create this result, and the result is your life experience at any given time. So, you have multiple results from any given situation in your life, but the results will often give evidence to your thought. And so, this is why it's so important to learn all of these components of every human life in order and see how they start to intertwine with each other. And this is what I kind of call the magical formula. Like when you can really understand each of these components of life, and you can understand like how it affects each part of each other, and then you can understand the tools to really gain agency and power over every single component of your life, the circumstances, the thoughts, the emotions, the actions. You actually gain power over the results of your life. And I don't wanna hear that it's not true, because, like, I've literally lived it. Like, I've literally changed my thoughts from "I'm a monster of a mom" to "I show up every day, in a loving presence." Like, I just have to show up and have the thought that I love my children, I love this time with my children, and guess what? I generate an emotion of love and appreciation, and then I get the results of just showing up in love and appreciation. I can forget like 5 million things that I was supposed to do for them that day. I can still drop all the balls, and they're still gonna feel that I showed up in love, all because I knew what I wanted. I knew how I wanted to show up. I knew how to change it by changing my thoughts. I knew the emotion I wanted to generate. And then I knew that because of that emotion, I could generate the action of just simply showing up. and showing up fully human of like, "Yeah, I dropped that ball. That's unfortunate, but it's reality." And when you find that freedom, life becomes doable again. It becomes breathable again. You feel worthy again. You feel like you're actually enough because you're just showing up your unique self. And remember, nobody else can show up for you. You got to do it yourself. And so this last module, you're learning how that evidence, those results give evidence to your thoughts, and you start to bring it all together. But then we kind of start to step into the future you, because the next thing that everyone asks is, well, okay, how do I get there? And again, this is unique to you. Your life experience is unique to you. The things you want, that your dream life, how you want to show up for the rest of your life, this legacy you want to live, is all within you. And so I provide the tools in order for you to start asking yourself the important questions of bringing that back out, because for so long, we haven't been thinking about those things. We've been living life on default, like life is happening to us, right? But it's not. We're allowing it. We're making choices to allow our circumstances to run our lives instead of, gaining that power and, proactively thinking the thoughts we want to think, and, expecting the negative emotions and generating the positive emotions and taking the action, or sometimes we do need to take inaction in order to rest and recoup, to take the big actions. And there's nothing wrong with that. It's just we get stuck there. And so then we do nothing. And so then our life experience becomes a result of, we didn't, like, we're not good enough. We're unworthy of the things we want because we're not actually putting in the action. Do you see how it's starting to come together? And so in this last module, I have tools and modules about stepping into your future you. What does that person look like? What does that person actually want? How did they get there? And when you start to ask these questions as if you've already done it, then you're able to actually answer your own questions. It's kind of like, when we say, if I could tell my younger self anything, I would tell her to enjoy life, enjoy the freedom, enjoy, don't take everything so seriously. We're very kind and loving to that younger self, or don't, date that boy or whatever. Like, we've got this wise kindness to us, and our future self can do the same to our current self. And I get that this is kind of an out there thought, but we have two choices here. We can stay stuck living this life of not having results that we want, or we can try all the things, all the tools, reach into our future self of what we actually want, and pull out the hows. And it's very possible, and I've seen this work for quite a few of my clients, including myself. So again, you're going to go into your course, hit submit, and go into your mini course. And this is module 5, your life experience. Remember, with the mini course, you get all of the introduction videos for free. All these other lessons are part of the full course, and they're available when you purchase the full course. And they all have a worksheet that goes with them. It ends up being like an 83-page, workbook, which is just chock full of action-packed, pages for you to put all these tools into action. But for the mini course, you get the introduction videos, and it's going to talk all about the evidence. This video is actually 10 minutes and 53 seconds long. I think it's one of my longer videos, but just kind of tying everything together and making sure that it's really, really important that you understand all these concepts. And, we're going through all of the things, making sure you understand everything. And then you've got this what do you want worksheet. These are the fun worksheets where you get to start dreaming about like what you actually want and put it into action. So the leader module and this module, your life experience, are kind of my favorite because again, you get to start dreaming and putting things into action, and it's super, super fun. But you have to understand module 1 of the circumstances, and then module 2 of your thoughts, and then module 3 of your emotions, in order to see how they each work together. You can't skip the hard work. I'm sorry. It's just, you don't get change without doing the hard work. And guess what, guys? Change is possible.